Okay, folks, so I know in a previous video I gave y'all the choice of what we're going to do with this board, but here's another episode where I haven't gave y'all the chance to actually answer that question before I started watching this episode. And this episode that we're watching is going to be Season 3, Episode 17, as y'all can tell from the title. But the quote from the previous episode that we are using this time, and the last two videos I've been just going with a quote from the previous episode. So this one is from the last episode that I watched, episode 16. We're no more royal than anybody else, from Star. And rewatching that scene, I realized how impactful that end of the trial was for Star. So that was a very, very good quote from her. She's coming to the realization that she's not actually a part of the royal family anymore. Her mom's trying to reassure her that she's still a princess and this and that. But I don't know what this does to the whole everything. I don't know what that does to it. So, with that said, good news. My head does not feel like it's in a bubble or anything like that. No toothache. I'm not feeling sick. Oh my goodness, I'm finally feeling good for the first time in like 2 weeks. And it feels weird, actually. Because now that I can hear properly and my head doesn't feel like it's like in some sort of water bubble, it feels really oddly quiet in this truck, and it feels a little creepy, but that's okay. We're going to watch this anyway, because once I put these earbuds in, I don't really hear anything else other than what's going on with the episode anyway. So, yeah, I can't really think of much else. Well, the second half of the last episode, didn't really like it. It was a Ludo episode. When I realized it was about Ludo, I was expecting something like Ludo of the Wild, but I don't think they can live up to that again with Ludo. So, yeah, it was a disappointing thing. He still had some fixation on Star and Marco. It's Ludo. He is our C-list villain now, and the one that I thought was a C-list villain is now a major player in this series. So, yeah. But, nonetheless, I'm done rambling. Earbuds in. 3, 2, 1, and play. XD logo. Let's skip. Okay, so we got Glossaric.
Old man.
Buffrog.
Hey, Buffrog. Sorry about Glossaric. He gets fussy around, nap time? Oh, guess he has today off.
Come
here,
so now you're a cat? Huh.
Guess I'll bring this to...
That's weird.
I looked at someone's mail without their permission. Wait, what? Oh, beans.
Oh, yes you can. You can talk to me, right? Yeah, that's a thing that boyfriends do,
That's
right?
the right answer, but...
I mean, technically, I'm mostly eyes.
Yeah, you don't really want to talk.
It's just that
Star! Buffrog is gone!
Buffrog didn't write this note.
Exactly.
We gotta find him.
Oh.
Get my wand.
Yes! Weapons! I'm gonna try the lance this time.
Marco, my man, my dude. How about I go with Star on this one?
What? No, I'm her squire. It's my job.
This doesn't look right.
Where's his babies?
Buff babies? I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Well, we tried. Guess he's not home. Do you want to get a corn shake?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
I don't think anyone's here.
This just doesn't make any sense. What was that?
That's a fresh fire, though.
Come on, let's keep looking.
So somebody was there.
Wait. I want to get me some of that meat.
What? Are you serious? That's monster food. Or worse. Mina? Oh, no. Everywhere I look, things are getting worse and worse.
I was thinking Mina, but now you mention her, now I know we're going in a different direction.
I mean, that's what peasants do, right?
Hey, what's that thing on your neck?
What?
I don't have anything in me.
Oh, somebody shot you.
I don't
Oh,
know.
somebody shot you too.
Hey, what are you
What?
doing on the ground? 1, 2. Tom, are you okay?
I think I just found out I'm claustrophobic, and I might be panicking a little.
Me too. Okay, I think I'm close. Just stay where you are. I'll come to you. No, Tom, stop being so difficult.
Is this who took y'all?
I accidentally gored a tree, and well, now I'm stuck.
They'll find themselves at bottom of swamp.
What does that mean?
Are you Buff Frog's
Looking
mom and
for
dad?
the frog. And to make sure message is clear, break his horns.
What is going on here?
Buff Frog.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
Princess, I know nothing of letter.
Excuse me? The person who wrote the letter was me.
Ah. Katrina was able to. Oh.
How many times
Katrina
must they
does have
tell you
arms.
To become spies,
But-
they must not to leave paper.
Katrina can read and write legibly.
Kids these days.
Ah.
But your house, it was a mess.
Fools!
Beg your pardon.
You heard me. You're all being a bunch of fools right now. How can you say things will never change? Things are changing. I mean, Buff Frog, you work at the castle now, right? Star did that. I, too, am a monster.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Are you serious?
What?
Well, technically half monster. I got these eyes, horns,
Yeah?
tail,
Okay, that's new.
and let's not forget this face. Look at it.
Please,
Yeah,
please,
look
no
at
people
it.
of Children.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, you're a rich guy. I mean, right? He's rich. Doesn't count.
Star Butterfly, you are a good person. You tried your best, but it was not good enough. I'm sorry.
No, Buffrog, please, wait. I can try harder. We have to stick together.
Goodbye, Star. Perhaps when it is your time to rule, we will come back.
My time? But how will you know?
Princess, please, it's me, Buffrog, Master Spy. Trust me. I've
Master Spy.
Pushkas, come say bye.
I made you something so you don't forget me.
Oh,
Star, a
Katrina.
friendship
I
bracelet.
got something for you too.
My toy!
Oh.
You're a human. If we can make it work, then there's hope for everyone.
Oh.
You're welcome.
So.
So, did I do better than Marco?
3, 2, 1, and false. Okay, so now there's a lot of monsters that are leaving and all that good stuff. Okay. So Tom is technically a half a monster. Okay. Of course, he says he's a rich monster, so, you know, and just like one of the previous comments, you know, hey, the rich ones don't count. And we see that in, you know, some of the society there, because some of the poor monsters are like, hey, you know, but you're rich. So, yeah. But Tom, see, I thought he was demon, but he's half a monster and half demon then? But he's classifying himself as a monster. So, and Star's dating him, so Star's taking after Eclipsa quite a bit here. Even though they're technically not related, she's obviously gravitating more towards her style of what kind of person she is. I was hoping for some more Eclipsa backstory on that, but it is what it is. I know Buffrog's obviously going to come back. You can't just have someone like that who's a main player in the storylines and who's fairly popular just leave and never come back. So he's obviously going to be back before the end of the season or sometime in season 4. I have no idea. So, other than that though, yeah. Interesting development, and I don't know what that exactly means for the future of Muni. So, let's keep going. Whoop, hold on. Put these earbuds back in, then I can count down. 3, 2, 1, and play.
All right, we'll just pop in. And
Back
talk
on
about it real
Earth,
quick.
all right.
I've got that Royal Squire mixer this afternoon. Bird day? Bird day? Is that a thing? Bird day?
Doesn't it say on the invite?
Star.
Birthday?
Squire of Muni. I don't have time to read invites.
Seems to be some kind of kid washing party.
What?
Yeah, baby shower.
Yeah,
Baby
yes,
shower.
baby.
A dirty baby, it sounds like. Seems how
Mrs. Diaz and Mr. Diaz. Oh, how long has Marco been gone? Wow, Marco, how long have you been gone?
Mom? When did this happen? Give your mom a hug. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I spent 37 hours squeezing you out of my body, and this is what I get?
Oh,
Just
gosh.
give your mother a hug.
Give her a hug.
Okay.
Yes, give her a hug.
Now come on, we have a baby to shower.
He's kicking?
Why, yes, Marco, you may touch my stomach.
I don't feel anything.
He must have stopped.
You think that's because he doesn't like me?
I think his brain is the size of a grape. Which reminds me, I'm gonna eat a bag of grapes before we open presents.
Oh, Gustav, you've outdone
Gustav!
yourself again.
Oh my gosh. I didn't get a gift for Marco Jr.
We were so lonely that we decided, hey, why not have a baby?
Ain't that how it always happens?
I'm gonna
Wow.
and grab some ice for the party.
But we have plenty of ice.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get fancy ice they harvest from a glacier.
Ooh, glacier ice. Get out of your tap water ice. You don't need it anymore.
Are you just gonna hold your drink until Marco?
I love
For
Marco's
glacier
dad.
I will wait.
He's so real, I can almost smell him.
That's just the perch he posed on.
That's foul.
Get it? Because he's a bird.
It's a perfect gift. A portrait that realistic. It's like I'll be there with my family, even when I'm not.
I know,
Whatever, I don't have time for this. Mr. Ferrero?
Marco, what took you so long? You missed the whole party.
Yes, and where is the glacier ice?
Oh, he's been holding that
They
drink
were
the whole
all
time.
sold out of it.
Oh, I see.
I know I'm not always here, so I got Marco Jr. this gift to make up for it.
Oh,
Think about, wow, what the heck? That
Whoa!
doesn't look like me at all.
It's like he got the proportions all wrong and then tried to fix it by adding more detail and more detail and more detail. But Marco, it did not fix it.
well, it was a nice thought.
You'll need to take the essence test again. And you must answer the questions truthfully.
Whoa!
Becoming the canvas. You better hurry.
Okay. Question 1. Which do you prefer to ride? A bicycle. B, a unicycle. C, a tricycle. D, a dragon cycle. What's a dragon cycle?
I don't know.
Remember when Marco was little and had that red tricycle?
Star's going to end up answering all these herself.
Tricycle.
Mrs. Diaz, we don't have much time. We have to be really careful. These answers are perfect.
That's what we're doing. If you could get off the sheet. Sorry, dear.
I am not bleeding. It is okay. The Marco of today is very frightening.
Oh, that was mean.
He's grown up.
Sure. Star, get this test done.
All right, let's do this thing. Okay, how old are you? A, 0 to 15. B, 16 to 25. C, 26 to 35. You two have some catching up to do.
Huh.
Oh, Marco, you're beautiful again.
Thanks, Star. Mom, Dad?
I guess we have some catching up to do.
My beautiful son is all grown up.
That'll be a no.
Okay. Well, the second half of the episode was okay. I did see that the name was going to be Marco Jr., and I kind of thought it was going to be like a Glossaric and Marco episode for some reason. And yeah, it turned out to be that Marco Jr. is going to be the baby to Mrs. Diaz and Mr. Diaz. So, at first on that second half of the episode, though, I thought that Mrs. Diaz was really just being mean to Marco. And I understand that, when, a woman's pregnant and all that stuff, she gets a little bit, I don't know what's the right word, irritable, I guess. I don't know the right word without offending women by accident. So, yeah, they can get a little irritable, and she seemed really irritable towards Marco, such as when Marco was trying to fill the baby kick, and when they first got there, and I mean, maybe she was irritable because obviously it's been almost, let's see, she's showing probably a good 7 to 9 months. She's in the 3rd trimester. So, yeah, he's been gone at minimum 6 to 8 months. So, yeah, that's actually quite a long time. So, without him writing or any of that stuff, scissors work both ways. Snip, snip, she said. So, it feels like a filler, but at the same time, it was a fun filler if it was a filler. So, yeah, in the first half of the episode, though, yes, we do need to know what's going on with the monsters and how they're feeling, with how everything is going down right now. Because, the monsters are probably in fear that with Eclipsa and Meteora and Mina and all this other stuff, Romulus and everything that went down over there at that castle, they're probably freaking out a little bit about whether or not they even feel welcome in Muni anymore. So they're going off. I didn't even know. Did I know this? Maybe it just never popped in my mind that Bullfrog had dimensional scissors. I didn't even realize he ever had those things up until now. So they went off to another dimension, and they'll be back, because obviously they're not going to send them off to another dimension without for them having a way to return back to Muni. So yeah, I enjoyed it though. So that was episode 17. More than likely, I'm going to hold off and probably watch the Christmas special during the weekend. As of recording this, I still don't know y'all's answer to the other question that I asked, even about the board thing there. But I also asked about, whether or not the Christmas special would be appropriate for my wife and whether or not she'll be okay with it and stuff like that. I'm sure she will. I still don't know the answer because I don't want to, watch it and know what's going to happen just to see what, whether or not she could watch it. I'd rather just go in blindly. So, yeah. Other than that, I'm done rambling. So, y'all know the drill from here. Hit the like, tickle, subscribe. Don't be texting and driving. And as Mr. Rogers always says, I like you for you. Till next time, y'all.